Catherine. Eoghan, I'm interested in the AI, I suppose, Google principles when it comes to paid search versus organic search. So I noticed on your example, so you might put in, say, show me travel in Bangkok, right? And then you're pulling, I suppose, data points, whether it be organic or paid. So in terms of the AI principles from Google, what's your view in terms of dragging that content paid versus organic?
Yeah, so I think the example I showed there, the search generative experience, the reality is that, so that's in test. That's a test mode with a relatively small sample in the US and Japan. And amongst friends, Google's trying to figure out the mix of organic content and ad content that's right for the type of question that's being asked. And so those tests are the effort to get to that. I don't know exactly what the final interface will look like. I actually think that the final interface might be quite variable based on the thing that we're looking for. And where it's suitable to serve an ad, like where that's the most relevant piece of information to put in front of you based on what you've asked, I think Google will be, exploring how to do that. But I think the view that we're quite used to of the ad sitting across the top and then the natural listings below, for certain questions and queries and conversations we're likely having with this generative experience, that view might not be appropriate. So I think that's the challenge Google's trying to grapple with, and ultimately with the kind of primary purpose of what's the most impactful experience for the person who's looking for this information. And I think it will evolve in the months ahead in what we actually see. What's really interesting about Google Search is that we still, and this number is increasing, we still, like 20% of the searches that happen every day have never been searched for before. So we don't know. It's like this data set that we don't have our arms around. We can't kind of second guess exactly what people are going to search for tomorrow. And the more that people are getting used to a follow-up question, which I think anyone uses Alexa or Google Assistant, we probably do it in voice a little bit more, like what tell me the bus times and when's the next one, like when you have a follow-up question. That's how we'll all get used to using search. Therefore our questions will become longer, more specific. And so I think that kind of unknown 20% that's never been searched for before will be will continue to be there. And so Google's trying to provide the best response user experience, knowing that.
Yeah, over here.
Yeah, just I'm Sean from the Burlington More United Global Geobar, and just in the search generative experience as well. Is there any danger in people getting an answer from the search engine and without visiting the website who actually provided content and kind of entering their funnel?
Well, the search generative experience and through Bard, there are quite clear signals as to the source, and I think that and so I think that there's a lot of kind of care and attention to take the most credible source. I think the principles of search engine optimization, the old SEO principles, still massively matter in terms of ensuring that your own property is searchable, discoverable, marked up and understood and structured in a way that a search engine can interpret that information. So that all still carries and matters, and I think that with the experience that Google will bring, we'll look to be extremely clear on where the source is.